back from my room again. I might have to start a OnlyFans soon with this bedroom setup. Anyway, do you need cardio to get shredded? You'll see bodybuilders use incline walking, jogging sometimes, or swimming in order to get shredded. But do you need to be doing these long cardio sessions in order to lose weight? The short answer is no, you don't need cardio. You can lose weight at any level of activity. Even if you're completely sedentary, like full couch potato, you can in theory lose weight still. You just need to be in a calorie deficit. Now perhaps if you've got a particularly fast metabolism, you might be able to get away with being quite or relatively sedentary and being able to lose body fat and not be super hungry all the time, to feel your energy's low, and you might be able to get to a relatively lean body fat percentage and it not ruin your life. But for most of us, Joe Public, it's necessary for us to do a certain amount of daily activity, not necessarily cardio as such, but like a step count of above 7,000 steps a day in order for us to increase our energy expenditure, so it's much easier for us to go into a calorie deficit because we can eat more as a result of our increased energy expenditure. Because the more you do, the more you can eat. The less you do, the less you can eat and lose weight. It's fairly simple. And the hard part is finding an area or a calorie deficit which you can happily sustain and adhere to and it not ruin your life. And I'm being quite dramatic when I say ruin your life, but I am quite dramatic in general. But I say that because a lot of people will go into a calorie deficit or start a diet in the pursuit of a six-pack or to get lean, and it takes over their life. And they stop going out for meals with their friends, they stop going to the pub for a pint because they're so worried about going into a calorie surplus or not being in a calorie deficit. But for people who want to make bodybuilding their sport, it gets a bit trickier than just move more and eat more as a result. It gets tricky in bodybuilding when you need to start considering cardio as a recovery burden as well as a way of eliciting a calorie deficit, because your body has a limited amount of stress that it can recover from every week. And when you use cardio as a form of inducing weight loss, that also needs to be considered as a recovery burden because it's going to put stress on the body in a similar way to how you would do if you were training. Not exactly in the same way, but it still does need to be considered as an additional stress. This is why you'll see bodybuilders doing low intensity, steady state cardio, so like incline walking, because it's a low stress form of cardio, but it's also still going to be doing the increased energy expenditure that you're trying to get from doing cardio. For most of us though, Joe Public, you only really need to be doing like 7,000 to 10,000 steps a day, having a high protein intake and getting most of your foods from nutritionally dense whole foods and remaining in a calorie deficit, and you will eventually get lean or shredded providing you remain in a calorie deficit. This is obviously assuming that you've got the patience and the consistency to stick to a diet to the point of going into low teens or single digit body fat percentage. If I haven't covered anything in this video that you're hoping to see, drop me a message, drop me a comment, go to my Instagram, send me a DM, and I will do my best to get back to you. Anyway, with that, like the video for a start, subscribe to your boy, and I'll see you again soon.